All right, welcome into this Facebook Live. Keith Farmer, Maggie Davis, as we keep getting you ready for Kentucky and Alabama. We are in the Party in the Park, and it's been a busy place out here today because not only are there games and food and all of that, but they also have a big screen up here, and you're able to watch all the games going on. Let me take a peek real quick. Florida 50-37.
The games today have not been as great as the games yesterday, but the games yesterday set a very high bar. You had a last-second shot in the Arkansas Miss game. You had double overtime between Texas and Texas A&M. Of course, it goes without saying on this Facebook Live here on your official UK station, we have to bring up the fact that Kentucky had an incredible finish last night, came away with the win. That's why we're still in Nashville today. But they have to do it again tonight in order for us to get to come back tomorrow.
And in order to do that, they're going to have to do it without Lamont Butler because he has been ruled out of this game after the injury last night as they were taking on Oklahoma. He left with about 9:35 to go in the first half. We did see him come back to the bench, but he obviously was not coming back in the game. So, unfortunately, they'll have to do it without him now. Kentucky played Alabama twice this season. They played them in Rupp, scored 92 points and lost.
97.
97.
Even crazier.
102 to 97 is what it was, and lost. Then they went to Tuscaloosa, and this is when they were not playing with Jackson Robinson, weren't playing with Lamont Butler, as they will tonight. They lost by 13. Tough being on the road anyway. So now a neutral site game. I've definitely seen some Alabama fans. I know that Kentucky's still going to outnumber them.
Yes.
So we're going to hear a lot of Go Big Blue and all of that. But they're going to have to be, as Coach Pope said, playing possession by possession tonight.
And defensively, especially, who steps up in Lamont Butler's absence? Because they've had to do it time and time again this season as he has continuously struggled with that shoulder injury. They have plenty of experience of having to do it without him. But Alabama is just one of the teams in this league that has a phenomenal guard that you just wish you could put Lamont Butler on in Mark Sears. And he has lit the Cats up for multiple years now, but especially this season in the first two meetings between the Cats and the Crimson Tide. The scouting report will surely start with him and how Kentucky's able to limit him. They struggled with Jeremiah Fears last night. Obviously, they came out with the win. But the freshman guard had 28 points over Kentucky last night.
So you have late, right?
Yeah, most of it late. So you have to find a way to limit. You're not going to stop Mark Sears. You have to limit Sears.
And the thing about missing Lamont Butler, and he's good on both ends of the court, don't get me wrong, but we found this season when he's been out, they've gotten the ball up the court because either Amari brings it up against another big or one of the other guys. They, Ortega, Colin, whoever it may be, Travis, they're going to get the ball up court. So there's no worry about that. It's, as you pointed out, the defensive end where they've got to be able to stop Mark Sears. So it's going to take a team effort.
Although I have to say, they had a little trouble getting the ball up the court last night in the last minute and a half.
Yes.
So that will surely be a talking point from the team standpoint of, yes, we can all focus on that incredible finish, always shot. It's joyous, so you don't talk about the two turnovers very much. But those turnovers could have cost Kentucky the game, and they nearly did because they struggled to get the ball up the court in that final minute when the pressure was so high.
And Goose Gibbons, we talked to him tonight, and he even said he expects that Alabama's going to turn it up a little bit with the pressure. Look, they're the fresh team coming into this one. Kentucky is not, and they're also missing the point guard. So they're going to try and make Kentucky, they're going to speed this game up. They're going to try to force them to make those mistakes. So I would expect that to happen as well.
One thing we've heard over and over again this trip from Big Blue Nation is they just adore this team. They love the mentality. They have hope and Pope and all that fun stuff. And I think a big part of that is the experience, the seniority, and how proud this team is to represent this fan base, especially on this stage. We talked to all the guys in the locker room after the win last night, and they were so open talking about that again, as they have been all season long. And so I do think there is an extra element of this, that for Kentucky, it's not just another game. This is a team that knows what March means. They understand what the SEC tournament means to this fan base, and they truly, genuinely want to hang a banner here like their head coach has told us so many times.
And along those lines, the last thing I will say about it is that, Coach Pope last night said, this is where, even though we're down and out with players, missing 3 players, guys that would be starting for us or first one off the bench, this is where you can write the story. This is the March magic. This is where things can happen, and you can talk about it for years, that you knocked off Alabama shorthanded and took care of business and moved on in the SEC tournament. So we'll see if that's able to come true tonight.
Did he just give you guys goosebumps? Gave me goosebumps a little bit. Let's do it. Kentucky taking on Alabama tonight at approximately 9:30 on the SEC Network. Make sure you're back with us here on social media right after the game. we will be back with you. Keith Farmer, Nick Lazaroff, our genius behind the camera, and myself, breaking it all down, win or loss. We'll talk through it with you. Hopefully a big Kentucky win here in Nashville. Keep this fan base rolling in a very blue Nashville.
Yes.
That'll do it.